This is your time to relax, time to enjoy what your imagination is going to show you. This time and this space is just for you to remember that strong, confident person that's inside of you. So now just take some really deep, comfortable breaths now. I want you to imagine that you've gone camping with your family. All your gear is packed up. You've driven to your special place and you've arrived, and it feels so safe and so familiar, but exciting and new all at the same time. And as you get out of the car and realize all of this, you breathe in the wonderful earthy scent of a wild woodland air. You are surrounded by nature, and it is very peaceful here. Hear the sound of the wind as it whistles softly through the branches of the trees. In front of you is an old oak tree with a gnarled, old, weather-beaten trunk. The oak tree is standing on the verge of a grassy bank with its thick, rope-like roots curled out all over the place, as though gripping on tightly to the bank where the old oak tree lives. The trunk of the tree is hollow, and you step inside carefully. The luminous fungi casts an earthy green glow around you, and you notice an opening leading down into a space below the tree. The roots of the tree form steps that lead safely down, and you realize there is a beautiful cave down there. You test the roots of the tree, finding them safe. You begin to walk down each well-formed step to the cave beneath. You are on the top step now, number 10, and reaching your foot down to number 9, you find that you're beginning to feel more and more relaxed. Go down to 8 carefully now, and the outside world is beginning to fade away. Stepping down to number 7, you become aware of the steady sound of your breathing, in and out, in and out. And 6, it's becoming dimmer down here. The outside world is just fading away completely, fading away. 5, you're feeling more comfortable and more relaxed than you ever thought it could possibly feel. 4, deeper and deeper and deeper relaxed. 3, beginning to go really deep inside yourself, really deep into the cave. 2, you are approaching the entrance of the cave. You are amazed at the beautiful colors within, the rich purples and blues, greens and orange. And 1, you're almost there now, almost at the very deepest level that it's possible for you to go right now. And 0, just let go now. Let go. Let go. Step into the cave. You look around in awe at this magnificent place. From the roof of the cave and the ground are stalagmites and stalactites glittering in the sparkling purple light. And in the center of the room is a large pillar or stone. You look at the markings on the stone. You instinctively know that these markings have been here for thousands of years, perhaps even more, and each one symbolizes something very significant to you. They were produced by entities from a higher level of conscious awareness, and the symbolic language is something that only your subconscious mind understands. The meaning behind these symbols will make themselves known to you in the coming days and weeks and months, and you will find wonderful changes occurring within your life. Reflect on the symbols for a few moments of hypnosis time as the silence surrounds you, and when you next hear my voice, you will be ready to embark on the next stage of your journey. I know that for a while now, you have been wanting to be with your mum all the time. And while most of the time they will really like this, there are times when you cannot be together, such as while they are at work or while you are at school. Part of growing up is finding your own identity and independence and learning to be on your own some of the time. I know that you are big enough to understand this, and today we are going to make the whole process a lot easier for you. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to imagine certain things, and you'll find that imagining these things will relax you even more. And with each breath that you take and each word that I utter, you will find yourself drifting deeper and deeper into a calm, relaxing feeling. And I want you to bring up an image, a picture in your mind of an object that you really like. It could be a doll, a bear, a blanket, or perhaps even an item of your mum's. At the moment, this item is just in your imagination, so you can do with it whatever you want. So first, I want you to imagine that you can blow up this item like a balloon. This may seem a bit strange, especially if the item you chose was a piece of jewelry, but you find that you can do it all the same. And when it has reached a nice round size, you stop blowing and admire what you have created. You touch it and it feels hard, and as you run your hands along it, you feel a long, narrow crack. You gently pull the two pieces apart, and to your surprise, it opens up. It is hollow inside, just waiting to be filled with something. And what I want you to put in there are memories and feelings. They are wonderful memories of all the good times you have had with your mum, when she takes you to the park, when she gives you your favourite food for dinner, kisses you better when you hurt yourself, or the stories she told you at bedtime. All these things make you feel so good, like you are the most important person in the world, and you certainly are in their world. So imagine all these good feelings are floating around your head like bubbles, and you can catch them, all of them, one by one, and put them into this object you have chosen. So do this now, and I will pause for a moment so that you can catch all the bubbles. And now that you have put all the bubbles into your object, you close it up quickly so that they don't escape. And as you do so, it suddenly shrinks down to the size it was before. It looks just like the object you had in the beginning. It even feels and smells the same. But as you put the object up to your face to smell it, a wonderful feeling comes over you. All the feelings that you have just put in it. For this is now your comfort object. Whenever you are away from your mother, all you have to do is hug this object, and you are instantly filled with wonderful feelings, which makes you feel that they are there with you. You are much happier about being on your own now that you have your comfort. It makes you feel so happy and reassured. You know that although you are not with your mum at that moment, you are both thinking about each other. After a while, you will find that you need this comforting object less and less. You are able to bring up these wonderful feelings all on their own. You are happy to sleep on your own, go to school and be dropped off happily, farewelling your mum so you can both have a great day, and do all the other things that means you are away from your mum. For you know that they will always be there for you, and if necessary, they will always find their way to you. And now that you have made this important step in life, everything else fits into place. You become much happier with life and confident in everything you do. And now as you continue to breathe deeply, feeling yourself go deeper and deeper, let your mind drift gently back in time, now to some of the earliest memories of your existence. Those early days and weeks and months just after you were born, having left the comfort of your mum's womb to create instead a positive sense of being alive and living. You can remember the feelings of being held in the arms of the person who cared for you in those early months, those arms that felt so strong and warm and comforting, those arms that conveyed to you a feeling of being held, snug and secure, tightly held against the warm, soft breast, feeling the rise and fall of the breast with the rhythm of the breathing, just like the rhythm of a wonderful expanse of ocean, constant, steady, always there, just being. Hear the sound of the heartbeat again, like the rhythm of breathing, constant and steady, and the sensation of being rocked gently from side to side, and the rhythm of that rocking, soothing and calming, helping you to drift off to sleep. Perhaps you're aware of a smell, a perfume, or the warmth of that nurturing body of mum, and the warm sweet milk in your mouth, and the feeling of satisfaction and fullness and well-being and being loved and loving and warmth and security and ease and peace and well-being. From those early experiences and memories comes a sense of self, a sense of well-being and comfort and ease and security, a sense of loving and of being loved, and everything in the world being all right, and then everything becomes easier for you. And as you experience these feelings again, you begin to sense a feeling of wholeness, of wellness and well-being, and you can move on to those later weeks and months when you begin to explore and discover your own body and your sense of individuality. You discover that your skin contains your body and the physical movements that define your body, and the sensations of touch and holding and caressing and stroking all the good feelings associated with this. And there are sensations of movement and of reaching out and stretching and rocking, and the knowledge deep within that there are boundaries and limits containing yourself and the separateness between yourself and your environment as you touch objects and pick them up in your tiny hands and let them drop gives you a sense of achievement and mastery over your external circumstances as you discover that you are separate from the rest of the world. You are unique and different, and you can make things happen for you in life. And you realize that indeed you have a separate existence from that of your mum or other people who care for you. Perhaps in the beginning this awareness seemed painful, almost as if you'd lost a part of yourself, because before it was as though you were bound together, which indeed in a sense you were in those pre-birth months. But you gradually accepted the realities of this imperfect world and began to discover, to your surprise, a sense of separateness as you learned that you may not even need your mum as much as you thought you did. You discovered your own capabilities and mastery and began to realize that you do not even want your mum as much as you first thought you did. You discovered that you were growing and moving with a sense of curiosity and exploration and challenge and growth in many ways that would have been limited by that old union. That union with your mum, beautiful though it was, would have stopped you from growing and developing and discovering the potential of your own individuality. And instead, you discovered satisfaction in evolving and developing your own unique and individual separateness. This gave you a sense of strength from that original sense of connectedness and bonding, and this combination of strength and freedom began to open up a whole world of growth and satisfaction and a chance to develop your own personality as your experiences in life expanded, evolving into a world of growth and satisfaction. And you realized that you had abilities too, for you are a very special, unique human being. And suddenly life was exciting and adventurous, and you couldn't wait to explore and to learn and to become your true self. And this made you feel good. And you do feel good to know that you are a separate individual, unique human being with a mind and will of your own. In a moment, I'm going to count up from 1 to 5, and you're going to find that as each day goes by, you begin to feel calmer and happier about being a separate being, for you know that the people who really do care for you will always be there in one way or another. But you're ready now to grow and develop and become yourself. And these suggestions are firmly embedded in your subconscious mind, and they grow stronger and stronger, day by day, night by night. I want you to get ready now as I count to 5 and come all the way back at the count of 5. 1, feeling yourself awakening. 2, becoming more aware of the sounds around you. 3, feeling your body becoming more aware. 4, eyelids flickering. 5, eyes open, wide awake in mind and body, returning to normal.